Hi guys, we're here with the Ultimate Racing League for round 4, race 2. Now obviously you saw race 1 earlier. It was a brilliant race there with the eventual race winner of Kenny D. So anyway, so obviously this is in a reversed order here. So they are Viking starts in first position. Yeah, Viking starts first. Rossi starts second. Is in second, so let's have a look. Oh yeah, also in this race, let's start again because I completely lost. So we're here with the Ultimate Racing League for the Sunday Championship, and we are here with the Pro AM 1 guys in their LDR rates at Dragon Tail Seaside. This is race 2. They obviously went out, they didn't need to do any qualifying. It's reverse grid. This is reverse to obviously race 1. So anyway, so Viking starts in pole. He starts on the hard tyres. Rossi second on the mediums. Bry third on the mediums. Sky fourth on the mediums. Willard fifth on the mediums. Brownie sixth on the mediums. Sai 7th on the hards. That's Life 8th on the mediums. Isumi Dan 9th on the mediums. P1 Anti 10th on the hards. Tidders 11th on the hards. Kenny in 12th on the hards. And Nando, well, Kenny was race 1 winner. Nando Loris, he finished in last race. So he should start on pole. I think maybe he's had technical issues and he's asked to start at the back purely because he's just not liking this round. So I'm not sure, but I assume that's why he's starting on the back, because otherwise he should start on pole. But anyway, let's get this. This is 16 laps once again, and obviously they do have to make the 1 pit stop. Anyway, let's go. Lights are 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and they are a go. Everyone gets off the line without an issue here. Viking will be hoping to have a better race here since he ran out of fuel right at the end. But they are all racing down towards turn 1. Rossi has taken the lead here with Viking down to second. Then there's a Willard there third, Bry there fourth, Life there fifth, Dan sixth, Sai seventh, Kenny eighth, so he's had a brilliant start. P1 ninth, Tidders 10th, Nando 11th, so he hasn't had a bad start. Brownie hasn't had a great start, even Sai has, ooh. So what happened here to Sky? Oh, we got it all wrong. Ooh. Oh, coming around. Oh, that is. Brownie got it wrong himself. Yeah, Brownie got it wrong himself. But really, Brownie had sort of nowhere to go there. Then there's a boy there in third. Oh, there was no. Oh, that was, so who hit? So someone hit Bry from behind. Oh, it's hard to tell, but oh, that is. Ooh. There's going to be one for the stewards, I think, there. Let's just get them back to where they were. So they were about here. So anyway, Rossi is leading on his medium tyres with the Viking there in second. And you've got Willard and Bry there, battling it out, hard and medium tyres here. Willard gets the third, but he goes up too wide there. That allows Bry to come back in. Bry back in third. So there's Willard there in fourth, with Sumi Dan there in fifth place. Life there sixth. Sai there is seventh. Kenny there eighth. Tidders there ninth. Ananda there 10th. P1 there 11th. Brownie there in 12th. Sky there in 13th. So anyway, we are only on lap 2 as Rossi leads away. With Bry there in second, he is closing that gap on the Rossi. Rossi's on the medium tyres, Bry's on the medium tyres. So there's no advantage there for either of them. With a Viking there in third, he's been chased by Dan in fourth. And Willard there in fifth. We're in the top 5. Viking is the only one on hard tyres. Viking is battling hard to keep ahead of Dan here, but it's only a matter of time, purely because Dan is on the faster tyre here. And Dan does get past there. Meanwhile, up at the front, Rossi and Brian Mechanic are battling it out. Brian has just got taken the lead from Rossi here. Rossi's going to chase after him still as they come down towards turn 1. Brian does keep that lead, but Rossi is right behind him in second spot. But then you've got Lusumi down there in third, chasing them down, with a Viking there in fourth, and a Willard there in fifth. With Sai there in sixth. He's been chased by a Life in 7th, Kelly there in 8th, a Tidders there in 9th, a Brownie there in 10th. Looks like Brownie's trying to make a move here on the Tidders, if he's able to. And he does, he goes up the inside, or the outside, or wherever it is, around the outside or something, whatever it is. But yeah, so Brownie's up to 9th, Tidders is down to 10th, with a P1 anti there in the 11th spot at the moment. He got through that, Tidders struggled through that through the desicane a little bit, so now P1 is up to 10th. Tidders is down to 11th with Nando there in 12th and a Sky there in 13th. So meanwhile, up at the front with a Bry there in first. Isumi Dan has got past the Rossi now. He's up to second. Jimmy Dan is chasing after Bry. Right on his rear bumper. They're both on the medium tyres here. They're side by side as they come down to the bottom of the hill. Bry does just have it. Just. Sumi Dan is just ahead now. And he does. There's a great move there around the outside for Sumi Dan to take the lead. He will be hoping for better luck this time because Sumi Dan did have the lead until like the last lap, I think it was, or lap before, till lap 15, and then he hit the bus stop, so we ended up finishing wherever it was. So Bry there in. Oh no, nearly got it. Sumi Dan nearly got it all wrong. That's going to give Bry the 10 minutes to go past, and you also got Rossi there trying to make a move there as well. So Rossi's made a move, so Bry's up to first, Rossi's up to second. And Sumi Dan down to third. Oh, Rossi's gone. Oh, he's hit the curb and he's batting back out. So that's really unfortunate there for the Rossi. Now he's going to have to wait until everyone goes past before he goes back on the track. So Tidders is the first person to blink with his tyres. And in the meantime, up in the 5th lap, you got Bryce still in the lead, but he's got a Dan all over his rear bumper looking towards to get that place back from him again. And Sumi has got that place back, but he went up a bit wide there. That's allowed Bry to make the move and come back at him, the undercut, to go on the undercut, and he does. So Bry's back into the lead again. Coming into the dash chicane once again. Both get through okay this time. Definitely looks like Dan got through a little bit better than Bry did though. Nice move there from Dan, going up the inside of Brian Mechanic there to retake the lead. But Brian Mechanic ain't letting Sumi Dan go. He's going to stay with him as much as he can. Anyway, so with the Willard there, he's in 3rd now. With a Viking there in 4th. And a Life there in 5th. You got these 3 battling it out for third spot here. And a Kenny there in 6th. Vasai there in 7th. A Sky there in 8th. A Nando there in 9th. A Rossi there in 10th. A Brownie there in 11th. Antti obviously has blinked as well, so he's changing his tyres. He's going on to the mediums now. He's still ahead of Tidders though. I think Tidders went in the pit, was ahead of him. I can't remember. I think Tidders was just ahead of him. I'm not sure, but either way. And he's come out of the pits in 12th. And Tidders is now in 13th after his first flying lap after his pit stop. So Renee said, oh, what's up? Oh, it's Sumi Dan. What's happened to Sumi Dan? Oh, he's done it again. He was leading. He was pulling away from the Brian Mechanic. And he's done it again. The Death Chicane has punished him for a mistake once again, like it did in race 1. So it's going to push him all the way down to 5th. Is he going to lose that spot to Kenny? He does, so he's dropped all the way down to 6th now. He'll be kicking himself there. The Viking third. That's life fourth. These two are battling it out for third position. So anyway, with Jimmy Dan crashing out, that's allow Brian Mechanic to take the lead, and he's got a decent lead over Willard in second. And Viking and That's Life are battling out for that third position still. At the moment, That's Life can't seem to get past Viking. But he does now, he gets past. So now That's Life is up to third. Viking's down to fourth, and you've got a Kennedy there in fifth place. Looks like he might be able to make a move past Viking here. He is trying to. We are on lap 7 currently. Itsumi Dan has the fastest lap with a 1:39.571. Oh, That's Life's gone now as well. He has been claimed by the death chicane. It has his next victim. That is his next victim. That's going to drop That's Life all the way down to, well, it's quite a weird gap to Rossi. So Rossi, whoa, he's got hurry up by Brownie there, but there's nothing Brownie could do there, or either of them can do. So Kenny at the top 5 is the first one to blink, with Bry leading this race. Willard there in second now, Viking there in third, Itsumi down in fourth, Sky's fifth, That's Life sixth, Brownie seventh. Battling with Rossi. Rossi's managed to just get past there. Brownie got that all wrong. So Brownie and Si are battling out here for 9th position. Well, for 8th position, I mean. Coming down the hill once again. So in the meantime, Brian the Mechanic there, leading the race still. And he's actually got quite a good lead over Willard, who's in there in second. They are both on the same tyres as well, so there's no advantage for either of them. Timmy Down is there in third. He's now set a new fastest lap, so he's improved on his time. Guy up to fifth. A Viking now is in the pits, so That's Life is up to fifth. Brownie's up to sixth. A Rossi there is seventh. So these two are battling it out for sixth place here. Come on, camera, keep up. Oh, Rossi's gone. After all that hard work, the car's decided to be like, nope, you're not gonna have a good finish here. You're gonna slide around and get it all wrong. So let's push him down to 8th. So that's let Brownie go in 6th. Nando's now up to 7th with Rossi making them at stake. P1 there is in 9th with Tidders there in 10th. Kenny there in 11th. So these guys here are battling out for 10th spot because P1 is just racing away at the moment. And Kenny there 12th and Asai there in, well, back there in 13th. So top 3 are all into the pits now. So that means for the time being Sky 99 takes the lead. And that's life up to 2nd spot now as well. Brownie up to 3rd, Nando up to 4th, Rossi up to 5th. So Bun Mechanic is on his way back out of the pits. He comes out of the pits in 6th spot. Willard is there in 7th. Will Anthony get up? He does. So Anthony is now up to 7th. With Willard down to 8th. Viking is 9th. And he should be down there in 10th. With Kenny right behind down there in 11th, chasing him down. Coming up, both coming up the hill. Kenny trying to do all he can to get past. When Dan managing to keep Kenny behind him at the moment, but Kenny looks like he's got the opportunity. No, he hasn't got the opportunity here. Looked like he did, but he didn't. Coming through the death chicane once again. Getting through it without an issue. So now that's life and Brownie both took to the pits. Sky is carrying on for another lap. So is the Loris. So is the Bry. No, actually no, Bry has pitted, so he's back up to 3rd now, but he's on the hard tyres. So you got the P1 there in 4th, Viking there in 5th, with a Willard there chasing him down in 6th, and a down there. He's just been passed by a Tidders there. Well, Tidders was ahead of him before anyway. I think Dan made a move, wasn't able to make it stick by the looks of it. As they come down the hill towards the Yes Benz once again. So Jimmy Lane right there, they're coming down to Ben. Dan gets past him actually quite easily there. But no, he doesn't, so Tidders keeping that position. Tidders is back there in 7th spot. Keeping Dan just behind him. Oh, Kenny has gone. Kenny has decided to be the next victim to visit the wall of death. So that's him dropped down to 10th. No, down to 11th now, so that's unfortunate for him. So anyway, Nando is still leading, he's still got pit though. Bry's back up to 2nd spot now, with Sky come out of the pits in 3rd. P1 there in 4th. Viking there in fifth, being chased down by the Willard. As they race up the hill. Vikings got away from the Willard a little bit in sixth, with it Sumi down there in seventh spot, chasing them down. But Viking does, whereas he had the hards on last time, he's actually got the advantage here, being on the mediums, so it should keep him be able to keep him ahead of the Willard. Tidders there in 8th, that's Life there in 9th, Brownie there in 10th, Asai there in 11th, he's got a Kenny D all over his rear bumper. Asai hit the wall there, that's going to give the opening for the Kenny to go past, and he does, so the Kenny is passed up to 11th now, and the side down to 12th. And Rossi there in 13th spot. He's not having the best of races here. I think he must have been just covering that 2 laps ago. He had a 2:25, so he must have had a really bad lap. So he's a bit further back at the moment, unfortunately. But anyway, Brian Mechanic with 3 laps to go has retaken the lead. Sky there in 2nd spot, but he's being chased by P1 Anti-Vest, I mean. And Anti-Vest wants that 2nd spot from him. They are side by side going down towards this corner. And P1 gets past. P1 is now up 2nd spot. He's now going to try and chase after Brian Mechanic. Oh, P1 hit the wall. That's given Sky the opportunity to get past. A Viking there in 4th. And you see me down there in 5th with Villard there 6th, Tidders there 7th, Brownie there 8th, Kenny 9th, Sai 10th, That's Life 11th, Nando 12th, Rossi 13th. I think Brian Mechanic will be rather happy at the moment. He has got that bit of a lead over Sky 99. But he's going to need all the advantage as he can here, because he's on the hard tyres, whereas Sky's, I think, and the others are on the medium tyres, I believe. But anyway, 2 laps to go. And you have these 3 here. P1, who's got his way up to 2nd spot. Vikings up to 3rd. Sky's dropped down to 4th. Looks like Viking just let Sky go. There must have been contact between them, 2 of them, maybe. I'm not sure. Sumi Dan is now chasing after a Tidders. Or it looks like maybe Dan may have caught the wall, I think. Yeah, because he was there in 5th. Yes, Dan has been Sumi has been another victim again of the death chicane. So that's pushing him down to 7th. He has been very unlucky in this round. Right at the back, so you got That's Life there in 12th. You got a Rossi there in 13th, chasing a life down for that last position to claim who takes the last spot of this race. Oh, lap 15. There's only one more lap to go after this, with Brian Mechanic leading. P1 is doing his damnedest to try and catch Bry up, but he's not able to catch him up at the moment. There's a decent gap between the two of them, so unless Brian Mechanic makes a big mistake here, P1 could catch him up. So you got Sky and Viking battling it hard here for 3rd position. Oh, they're coming together between these two here. But Viking is up to 3rd. Guy's up down to 4th now. So Willard and Itumidan are battling it out now. Itumidan got through that death chicane so much better than Willard, allowing Itumi to take 6 spots. So Willard is now down to 6 spots. With Attila's there in 7th. Aside there in 8th. A Brownie there in 9th. And there's a Kenny there in 10th. So this could be a photo finish between the two of them. Looks like Kenny's going for a move here on the Brownie. Kenny is on the inside. But yes, so Kenny does get the pass done. Brownie's now down to 10th, with Nando there 11th. That's Life there in 12th. And Rossi has had another bad lap, so he's dropped off from Life now. But anyway, coming on the final lap now, Brian Mechanic still leading. He's still got a decent lead over P1 in 2nd. Can he get through the death chicane without an issue? Yes, he can. So does P1. So these two are still battling it out here for the 4th position. I'm going to have to go back up to the front because Bry's just coming out the final corner. And Brian Mechanic will take victory at Dragontail Seaside. P1 will take 2nd. Viking will take 2nd. Isumi Dan manages to get past Sky, finishes in 4th. Guy 5th. Willard 6th. Tidda 7th. Sai will take 8th. Kenny will take 9th. Brownie will take 10th. Nando will take 11th. That's Life will take 12th, and Rossi will take last place. He has run out of fuel as well, unfortunately. But anyway, that was round 4, race 2, sponsored by Pop Up and Co. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you to Rossi for saving the show and replays. And I will see you next time for round 5. So bye bye for now.